everybody, and welcome to Let Me Finish. 2 men, 1 story, 1 million interruptions. I am Jason Harding.
And I am Atticus Blake.
And for those of you who are fans of the show, we really don't need to give you a rundown of what's going to happen, so you'll have to suffer through me explaining to the new people what's going to happen here. My friend Atticus has exactly 30 minutes to tell a story. I have that same 30 minutes to interrupt him as much as possible to prevent him from finishing that story in the time allotted. If at any point during the story you hear this sound, that means that Atticus has gone over time. We will not stop his story if he goes over time, so that you can get the full story experience and story goodness rubbed all over your skin from Atticus's velvet mouth. Right, Addy?
I'm butter.
Yeah, see, he's the human equivalent of story butter.
Oh, yeah.
So, fictional referee guy, ring the bell and let's hear a story.
So I was going to tell the story of the time I was sexually harassed at my workplace.
You were sexually harassed?
Yes, I was.
Are you sure it wasn't you sexually harassing somebody?
I'm absolutely sure.
Someone sexually harassed my poor little Addie?
Yes.
Was there touching involved?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Can you rush to the touching part?
You want me to get right to the juicy?
No. We have to have a walk-in to the story, just a setup, you know.
Okay, the walk-in is this. I'm recently divorced. I'm out of the closet. I'm working in medical records in Massachusetts.
Wait, what year is this? You're recently divorced?
This is 2012.
Oh, that's recent.
Well, I was divorced in 2011, so that's still recent at that point. I'm dressed nice for work every day. I wear.
You mean you're not wearing like these open shirts showing off your chest hair, gold chains, rings, patchouli on your neck?
You got to keep the patchouli.
Saying things like "I'm available to anyone that walks by."
Now, I hope people remember I'm trying to spin this on the spot. So
fairly certain everyone knows at this point that we're doing the stories on the fly, that these aren't scripted.
All right, so I am 2 cubes away from the girl who would be my eventual sexual harasser. Everything's fine at work. Everybody knows who I am. They know that I'm gay. They don't have a problem with it. And, I always had this tension about telling them. But then when I did, they were like, really? We didn't know that. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's not as big a deal, I guess, anymore.
No, things have changed. Equality for gay people. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Not like the old days where they would have tried to burn you on the spot.
Yeah, they would have built a fire out of all the medical records and been like, no, right here. Mm-hmm. He is to be cremated on the spot. The girl that eventually began to came on to me, she was from the Dominican Republic.
Okay, what'd she look like?
She was beautiful, actually.
Oh, well, lucky you.
Well, not really. I get it. Not that being sexually harassed by a gay guy that I didn't want would be any.
That's true.
Better.
If it was like a 78-year-old lecherous, potato-shaped, drooling, toothless, partially senile man or woman.
So she was
sweetheart. This is the voice I'm using for both the man and the woman.
She was a 5'8" girl from the Dominican Republic with beautiful, snazzy hair. She dressed well for work. Voluptuous for all the men listening that are straight. She's a beautiful woman, and she and I become fast friends.
And she has an accent too, huh?
Yeah, a little bit like Rosie Perez.
Oh,
I can't do it.
So she talks like this, like she's a Puerto Rican from the Bronx?
Make it Massachusetts, and it's a little more close.
I'll break my mouth if I try to do that with a Massachusetts accent.
So every once in a while, comments do come out here and there in the workplace, in the office. Everybody knows this. It happens. A lot of us, we just ignore it, and we don't think anything of it. Like, she would walk over to my desk and be like, "You know that your butt is poking out of your pants, right?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "You got a round booty. It's a nice booty." And then walk away.
Well, I mean, that's technically harassment, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing
Maybe she was doing you a favor. Maybe it was like, your booty's out. Tuck your booty in. No one wants hanging booty.
Well, she
went home and she's like, "I did my good deed for the day, Lord. I helped a man tuck in his booty."
She was saying it looked nice.
Well, Okay, but all right, fine. It was harassment.
It was no, okay. I didn't recognize it as harassment because what I thought was, here's the thing. It must be okay because it's a woman doing it to a man.
Oh.
And it didn't make me feel uncomfortable at the time.
Okay. Because it was a woman doing it to you, you took it as like a compliment?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now let me ask you a question. If it had been the 17th, if it had been this, hey there, you got your booty hanging out of your jeans, and
Exactly.
it's a good booty. It's nice and round there, and I can draw it from memory.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the point was I would have been like, oh, it's fucking disgusting. Get out of my face, you old prick.
Oh, I will. I have an appointment in the bathroom. I'm sick. Please touch an old man.
For the last time.
I swear it'll be the last time.
I told you I don't care if I win. This is fun.
You don't want to wind up like the guy you replaced. They only found part of his earlobe.
All right, so the comments continue.
Like what? Like just about the booty, or?
Not just about the booty. Oh, he dresses so smooth and sexy. Talking about me with other people in other cubes within earshot of me.
Oh, okay. Was she dressing provocatively and like she was manhunting? And you were the quarry?
She knew that I was gay.
Uh-huh.
So at this point she's continuing to kind of make these little jibs and jabs and I just want to touch your chest. Do you know how much I want to touch your chest, sweetheart? Oh my god.
Did you answer things like that?
I'd be like, no, I would just turn back to my computer. I'd just turn back to my computer and continue working.
The old man is more fun. You know how much I just want to touch your chest just once. I haven't touched your chest since that dead guy I saw during the war.
Oh my fucking
I was
God.
alone with him on Yamaha Beach or whatever it was on D-Day.
Oh God.
Help me. All right, so she's just making comments left and right of a sexual nature.
Yes.
Now, is she just flirting, or is there, like, intent in her eyes? Is she hungry like the wolf, like the Duran Duran video?
At first, I don't think that she was hungry like the wolf, but then that came later.
Okay.
Actually, I would have to say that in the beginning, she probably didn't know that I was gay, and then found out later on.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it.
Atticus, I hate to bring this up, but it was established in a previous episode that you seem to attract women who don't give a fuck if you're gay or not.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. So little things, and they weren't making you uncomfortable because she was an attractive young woman.
Yeah.
And
until she put her boobs on my head.
Well, how did this come about? Was your head cold? Did you say, "Oh, my head's really cold"?
No.
Let me take care of that for you.
If only that was the circumstance. I'm so cold. Can you put your fatty nubs on my head?
Yeah, it's getting to snow levels outside.
No, one of the particulars of my job was that if I ever found any mistakes in charts that I was indexing, I'd have to call
Have a coworker put her boobs on your head?
I would have to call the person who made a mistake, come over to my cube and explain it, and then even if it was the millionth time that day, I would go, "Hey, you did it."
Was
again.
it her?
She was making like a lot of mistakes that day.
To spend more time with you.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I would do it. If I had the hots for you, dude. If I was 78-year-old guy, oh, well, I guess I better make a few mistakes, otherwise I won't be able to talk to my boyfriend.
Or I won't be able to teabag him.
Yeah, the teabagging. Oh, Lord.
She comes
This is the creepiest episode we've done.
I bet it will be the most popular, too.
I hope not.
I hope so.
So she's made there's been a mistake, and you went, I see a mistake here. I'm turning you into Dudley Do-Right. I better call over Johanna. What was her name? You're the one that won't use real names, so you gotta come.
Rosa.
Oh, Rosa, I have discovered another mistake you have made.
Yes. Could you please come into the cube so I can show you? And she come, what the fuck? All joking around.
Wah 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 wah.
So I'm sitting in my cube, and I am facing my computer. She comes over,
Yeah.
and I'm leaning over, pointing to something on the screen, and she puts her boobs directly onto my head to go right there. You mean right there? And I can feel her nipple through her shirt.
Dude, I need a minute.
So I move away, and I'm like, all right, can you not do that? And I'm
Thank
sorry.
goodness you didn't do this. You are harassing me. This is harassment.
No, I looked at her, and I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't. I actually was more like, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. And she went, no, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind. And then she moved away and then went back after she realized her mistake and went back to her cube.
So she's not completely tone deaf. I mean, she recognized that she had overstepped that whole boundary where she crammed her tits into your ear or wherever it was and backed away.
Yes, she backed away.
Okay. And did you feel bad or?
I felt weird, like I had done something wrong.
So you did feel bad.
Yeah, I felt strange. Like, did I put my head into her tits, or did she put her tits into my head?
Did you go into the employee handbook? Let's see. Accidentally touching tits. It's not covered here.
How do you accidentally touch a tit? That's actually there, number 5. Right there. Accidentally touching tits.
You are fired. No.
Nothing. Yeah, well, no, actually. We're going to get to that. So eventually the comments turn from, just flirting to full-blown harassment.
Well, okay, before it was flirting, then after the tit incident, it becomes full-blown harassment?
Yeah, she would put her hand on my back and start rubbing. She would come whenever, there were multiple people who would come in and out of my cube all day.
Inappropriate, intimate touching.
Yeah, or she...
IIT.
There was a couple of times where she put her hand on my chest and she was like, "Hey, sweetheart, you know I love you." And I'm like, do you mean that? Or
did you say that out loud? Were you
no,
do you mean it?
No, that's my voice. That's my inside voice going, oh, shit. Not another one.
This is when you should start inventing psychological problems for yourself to try to discourage them.
Yeah. So all the while,
putting mayonnaise on my penis hole, stuff like that.
I'm sure that wouldn't get me fired. I have a jar of mayonnaise just sitting.
What you do at home? Yeah, on your cubicle, out in the open, and you cross out the name Hellman's and you write in her name.
I rub you on myself daily. Yeah, because that wouldn't get me fired and shit on the spot.
So she's gone to level 6 on the DEF-CON of inappropriate touching.
If the DEF-CON was 1 to 10, then yeah, level 6.
Okay, she's at level 6.
It's all downhill.
And no supervisors or managers or other employees.
Because I'm not saying anything.
Did the other people know and they were like, she's hitting on a gay guy?
No, they thought it was funny.
Oh, okay.
They thought it was funny. A couple other people had commented, they're like, why are you doing that? And this leads into the next sort of comment that I would hear. I wonder how a gay man is in bed.
She would say that?
She would say that to other people within earshot of me.
You should have said, fantastic!
She'd say, I know they can't get up from me, but you know what? What if I gave him some Viagra?
Oh my God.
I wonder if he could pop me.
Don't leave open drinks on your desk.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
So this is all just inter-office.
So that's why I had a
You're handling it by not addressing it at all.
What can I do? I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, and everybody can get mad at me or whatever, but I'm thinking...
Okay, I'm getting ready to get angry at you.
If I make a complaint, they will say it's nothing because I'm a man and she's a woman.
Oh, okay. So you're like, this is skewed in her favor.
Yeah, or they'll say, oh, well, what I didn't factor into what I was thinking was, I'm gay, and that is the reason that I'm offended by what's going on. And in Massachusetts, if you say something like that, it won't matter. And again, this is still convoluted because the whole point is whether I'm straight or gay, she shouldn't be doing that stuff.
Exactly. Whether you're straight or gay, whether she's a man or a woman, whether you're a dog or she's a wombat or whatever's going on, it's inappropriate in the workplace.
I'm a platypus.
Fine. In this scenario, you're a platypus and she's an echidna. A spiny echidna.
Okay.
With a great rack.
So the comments continue, the touching continues.
Over what kind of period of time are we talking? Like months?
6 months.
6 months you let this go on?
Yeah, I didn't think that anybody was going to do anything about it.
Did you start wearing like parkas and covering up all of your body and you're like, oh, it's so hot in here, but I don't want the touching.
No.
Uh,
She came into work a couple of times, and before she'd walk over to my cube just as she checks in, and she goes, "You should come out, hang out with me sometime. I promise I won't rape you."
wow, with a come on like that, why didn't you jump at the chance?
Yeah, I should have gone straight for it.
I'm gonna, if I'm ever single again, I'm gonna use that as a pickup line.
You should
Hey,
come
why don't you
hang
come
out
out?
with
You
me.
know what? I promise I won't rape you. Now your friends, they're off the hook.
Oh my god.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them that I said that. You, I won't rape. The other ones, they're free game.
They're right on the table, man. You can, yeah, okay.
Okay, and you know what? There is a certain amount of, well, she's a woman, so she probably meant it as a joke, right?
Well, what we eventually find out.
What?
No.
No what?
No, she wasn't joking.
Okay, so she really wasn't gonna rape you.
No. What I mean is, she really was attracted to me.
Okay.
And she really did want to have sex with me. And
Okay.
this came out later, but this hasn't come up yet.
Okay.
So the circumstances become so uncomfortable that when I walk into work, I actually, we could switch cubes because our computers weren't like, oh, you keep all your stuff in one or whatever. You just you have
don't
a cube.
your own cubicle. It's just a station. You sit down and you start your work.
Yeah, but you can decorate it is yours, but if you need to do a different particular job, you can switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the other person has to stare at my kids.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Mhm.
So I would actually choose to do a different job just not to have to look at her. She's like, "Why are you over here, honey? I can't see your sweet butt."
How much work can you do in a locked broom closet?
I can do a lot with a broomstick.
And you're like, leave me alone. So now you're
Kinda.
active. I hate to tell you this, but if this is reversed, I don't know how long a woman would have stood for this.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't know how long I would have stood for this because I think after the second incident, I would have gone directly to my manager.
So here's a flashback to the beginning of when I first worked for this company. There was a man working there who was in his 40s, and he was a short, squat, fat man who
How
was
you doing?
lonely. Exactly. And there was a young girl who was working for the company who was very
Hello.
pretty and dainty with
My name's Pretty Dainty.
yeah, with everything that he wanted to touch and grab and
Did he
fuck.
say so out loud?
Well, what it came out to was this. They were kidding around about the things that happened to be on the listing, the matrix of places that we put our work codes, job codes. And he erased a couple of them and said, "If I say X, will you do this?" And he put in the space, "Give me a blowjob, bitch."
Wow, that's tact.
I know. And she sat there, and I remember we were all looking out around the corner going, "What the fuck is going on here?" Because she's like, "Ha ha ha ha, that's so funny. That's so funny." And she was seriously faking it, like, "Oh my god."
Well, yeah, because
You are
that's
so fired, you
really,
fat fuck.
Yeah. And
He
so a
wrote
guy
it-
got fired right at the beginning of your career.
Yeah,
there.
right at the beginning of my work time there. He was fired within a few hours. She called, they immediately called my boss. My boss brought him in and said, "You are fucking fired." And he had a picture of what he had written in his handwriting. He's like, "You're
Oh
gonna
my
deny
God.
this? Are you going to deny this? Even if she didn't see it, I have to fire
And
you."
he's like, "What? It was a joke. I just put it down there. Of course, I don't want a pretty young woman to haunch over a pathetic troglodyte like myself and touch the thing that has never been touched by human hands other than my own fat claw-like grubby mitts every night. Oh, Jesus, I need this job."
Yeah. Pretty much. I gotta piss so bad, Jason. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Oh, why don't you pee before the... I'm leaving this in. Here's something you don't know about Atticus, and I'm going to leave this in here while he's going pee-pee. Atticus is one of the most handsome men on the planet, and any woman would be crazy to not at least to try to switch him over to the other side. Now, it is impossible. Atticus is firmly gay, but you can understand why a woman would do it. Now, don't tell him that I told you this. I don't know how he's not going to listen to this part of the podcast when he reviews it. Maybe I'll set up a fake account so that he knows that so that he thinks he's listening to the one, and this part will be edited out. But I'm just telling you guys, he's so fucking handsome. I cannot get over it. I'm very straight. I've never had a gay feeling in my life, but there are times when he's talking to me and I can see him on Skype or on a hangout or something like that. My heart it skips a beat. It skips a couple of beats, and I think, oh, well, maybe I probably wouldn't mind. I might think about it, and then then we start talking, and he says foul, horrible things, and I forget about it. And and I remember that he is my friend, and that it would be impossible. It would be very, very inappropriate as far as our friendship goes. And not only that, but it would jeopardize this podcast, which we both enjoy doing. Why would I jeopardize the podcast simply because I have a few tinges of manlust, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Maybe manlust. Slobbering, greedy, horrible manlust for this other podcasters. So I never say anything, but you can understand why a woman would. I mean, that's a given. Oh, just about any woman. Oh, hi, Atticus.
Yeah, I heard the beginning of it. I was like, I gotta take a piss, and then I heard, he's so sexy, I would fuck him. He's so sexy.
All right, go. Where were you? So
Batman gets fired.
Batman gets fired.
And what I'm thinking is, well, if I ever complain about this, it won't be the same way because I'm a man and she's a woman.
Okay, so you're buying that whole load, that it can't be reversed.
The reason I'm buying it is
they have no recourse.
Okay, so you've worked in an office for a while.
Oh yeah.
So you know that if any tiny rumor goes to one person, it could end up being that person. Let me see. They got arrested once when they were 12 for breaking something, and then that could end up turning into a rumor that they molest children.
What?
Yeah, like the phone game.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I don't gossip really at work with it.
But it happens, and it happens where I work.
Okay. So in your work sounds like a hotbed of inappropriate touching and gossipy people.
Exactly, it's buttery.
Okay. Horrible troglodyte crabmen being fired for writing down "suck my dick, bitch" on papers.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the reason that I believed it happened to be because of another coworker that had a problem with the same person. I went to her and I had explained to her. She was also a friend and I was just.
Wait, she put her tits in some girl's ears?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were implying because you said this other person had a problem.
She had a problem with her. It had nothing to do with her sexually harassing her.
So you're gonna go talk to this other woman who had a problem with, I can't remember the fake name we came up with.
Rosa.
I
go to her and I find out that she's leaving, and I go, why are you leaving? And she goes, because of Rosa. And I go, why? What's wrong with you and her? And she goes, that bitch called DSS on me.
DSS? What's DSS?
Department of Social Services or Department of Family Services. Same thing.
What?
And none of this was true, just so you know.
Oh, so the woman that you're talking to is flat out lying to you?
Is flat out lying to me. And there was actually a point in time where we had seen Rosa leave with a district manager. And we had no idea why, but we knew that fraternization between upper management and workers on our level was not allowed in the company. It just wasn't. Whether or not people were in love or whatever like that.
That was verboten.
It was kaput. You don't do that.
Okay.
Because whatever. We had seen her leave with him, but we did not know anything about the situation or why. And later I found out it was because he was driving her to her car.
Oh, okay.
Because her car had broken down. He had no other rod.
Oh, no, if I go to our immediate supervisor, he's going to get jealous of me and fire me.
No, what I was thinking was, my manager was not the person that she left with. It was the district manager, his boss.
Oh, lordy. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, man, if she's sleeping with him, and I automatically assumed that she was sleeping with him.
Well, I mean, you're going based off of her behavior towards you. You didn't have any other input, right? You just knew her as the woman that's constantly touching you and chasing you around the office and leaving her panties on your keyboard stuff. Yeah, I added the panties part, kids. That's not really part of
it. Dude.
Yeah?
No. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
you were like, oh no, what did they smell like? Tell me.
Ew! Stop it! So you turned to someone for help,
and because they were concerned as well. That person lies to me.
Why was she leaving? For real?
Because she had actually gotten into a fist fight with Rosa at some point outside of work.
About what?
I have no idea, but that is actually something that truly, as far as I can see, objectively happened. Was that she had gotten into a fist fight with this girl over something stupid, and they brought that argument to work.
I'm gonna turn the gay man. No, I'm gonna turn the gay man. No, I'm gonna turn the gay man.
Maybe.
Okay, so she's no help.
She
fuels your fear even more.
So I go to our shift leader instead, and I talk to him for a little little while. I'm like, look, she's really making me feel uncomfortable, dude. Like, she's touching my butt, she's touching my chest, she's telling me she wants to rape me, she's asking to give me.
She said she wasn't going to rape you.
No, well, I'm sorry, it just came out differently the way I was trying to reiterate the story.
Right.
Anyway, the point is, I go to him in confidence and I talk to him and I explain what's going on, and he says, look, all you got to do is call HR and tell them what's going on first. And secondly, he wanted her fired too.
Did he get in a fist fight with her?
No, but he told me the same lie that the other girl did, which is that she was sleeping with the district manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At this point, I'm filled to the brim with lies and bullshit. There were actually a lot of other stories that these two had told me.
And fear and misinformation
and thinking I can't do anything about it. And so I call the district manager anyway and explain what's going on, because I want to be first in under the wire, just to be in there and make a statement about what's going on in case.
Right. You want to be on the record before someone else goes in and tells a different story.
Exactamundo.
Smart.
So,
and he said, that troglodyte crabman guy, he came in and did the same thing.
No.
He cried right at my desk. Right there, cried into his fat crab-like hands.
Oh my god.
Also, Morty, the 78-year-old, says that you won't return his phone calls.
So the woman at HR explains to me what happens next.
Why won't he pick up the phone? It's only 3 a.m. I'm naked and covered in baby oil. He could at least appreciate the effort I've gone through.
Can you exchange baby oil for Vaseline and tell that again?
I found out about the eucalyptus rub. It burns. Please, I'm hurting myself for you.
Oh my god, ew. Fucking ew.
Please, baby Jesus, don't let this be my last feeling on earth.
Oh, fucking ew, man. I'm trying to tell it as quick as I can without coughing.
It's okay. All right, so you go to the dude, he says, hey, go to HR and get on the record.
And get on the record, because we want her fired. We want her out of here so badly.
Right, everyone apparently wants her out.
So I have a nice little chat. I explain to her what's going on and how I'm scared, and I don't think the company will do anything about it because I'm a man.
You talked to Rosa about it?
No, I talked to the HR department.
Oh, the HR person is a woman, and she's like,
She's writing down, typing, doing stuff, and she says, well, just so you know, Addie, we take it very seriously. In any harassment case.
Here's a box. You have 15 minutes to clear your desk.
No. She said, look, why don't you tell her to stop? Have you asked her to stop?
Yeah, that's
and
what
I
would...
And I said, well, no. I mean, what can I do? I mean, what if I make her angry and then she tells you a whole bunch of lies about me?
Don't you pay attention to the PSAs that they showed on Saturday morning cartoons?
Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong, Billy? Oh, Sissy won't stop touching my penis. Have you asked her to stop? No.
That reminds me of that Spider-Man PSA, remember?
About touching his penis?
Yeah, it's
Goblin,
a comic book.
stop it.
No.
Spider-Man, I'll touch your penis whenever I want to.
No, Spider-Man saves the little boy from a child molesting babysitter in a comic book.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Google it. It's one of the most. It's one of the worst PSAs
It's
ever.
also one of the worst villains. Oh no, it's child molesting babysitter.
Yeah.
How do you keep getting hired?
So I told her I was worried about this and that.
Reasonable rates.
She said.
Okay, so she says,
are you filing a complaint or not? Because first, what I can do is just keep all this stuff on hold in case it gets worse. And I said, yeah, keep it on hold for now. And so she does. The very next day, Rosa says she wants to invite me over to do nasty things with me.
Is that what she says?
Numerous things.
Specifically what it is, the nasty thing.
She said she wanted to make me straight.
Oh, okay. Because, nasty things could be, I need you to clean under the refrigerator.
No. She wants to do nasty things to make me straight.
And she lists all of them.
And this is the most offensive thing that anyone has said to me since I was at the workplace.
Really? Just off the hook gross stuff.
And I think that the reason it affected me so much is because that's essentially, my ex-wife wasn't like that, but that's essentially what my ex-wife thought she was doing, and I agreed to it at the time. So that's 12 years before.
Right.
12 years later, I'm thinking, I know that's not possible, and
Right.
this is extreme.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you hadn't been gay, do you think she would have been so aggressive?
I don't know. I don't know if I would speculate on that. Because the thing is, if I say...
Well, I am, and junior psychologist Jason here says, no, she wouldn't have. She saw you as a challenge.
Yes, okay. I guess I could agree with that too.
It was hot to trot. She didn't want to believe that she couldn't turn any man.
And that, well, I mean, that's what my young and naive ex-wife thought.
Okay, yeah.
And it was offensive to me because I was also thinking about how much I really care about my ex-wife and how she had to eventually come to the conclusion that painfully come to the conclusion that that's not how it works.
Right, and yeah, you did too.
Yeah, and so did I. So then I call back the HR person, tell her what she said, and she said, okay, this is what's going to happen. She's got to go home, but she won't be fired.
Go quietly.
She said, no, she won't be fired.
Uh-oh.
The thing is, with this type of thing, we have to do an investigation because we don't have a hard copy like we did with the other guy. We don't have something where it's like, all of it's going to be hearsay. Will her friends say that she said those things? No.
You should have been wearing a wire. You should have.
You can't have a recording device inside of a medical records facility. HIPAA.
Oh, HIPAA violation. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought about that, and she was like, no, can't do that. We'll lose our contract. So she said she's going to go home, and boss is going to have a chat with her, and then we're going to ask a bunch of people what happened. So, yeah, she did not go quietly.
No, I wouldn't imagine she would.
No, what happened was probably, this is actually a few days later, probably the strangest and most awkward thing that ever happened in the history of my life.
Did you get naked?
No.
You don't know what you're turning down. Look at these.
She was called into the boss's office to have a chat. Oh, yeah, no, I had to go talk to him first and explain what's going on. And at this point, my boss didn't actually know that I was gay. So I had to tell him, I had to flat out embarrass myself.
That's not embarrassing. You just had to
it was embarrassing because I didn't want to have to tell him. He's a straight, upright Christian.
Oh, okay.
So you see why it's a little awkward, embarrassing for me. So I explain it to him, and he says, look, it's the year 2012.
The world's going to end in December.
And he said, people are gay. I get that. I don't have a problem with it. So again, me making assumptions about what he's going to think, but I'm actually crying explaining this to him.
I was wondering if the crying was going to enter into it.
Always.
This is like the fourth straight episode where you cry at some point. And I couldn't get the peanut butter open, and I was crying.
So he brings her in to have a little chat with her a few days later.
Okay.
Because she was off work for some reason.
Yeah.
She comes out of the cube, and she comes out of his office, comes over to the cube.
Please tell me that he followed right out after her and saw this.
No, he did not. He stayed in there because he thought she was leaving. And she said, do you want to talk with me about what he just said? And I went, what are you talking about? She goes, we should really have a talk. And she was being earnest. She goes, I didn't realize the things I was doing were offending you. I just thought because you were gay that wouldn't offend you because there's no chance of me turning you. That's what she said to me.
Okay. You know what?
All right, it's a whole conundrum of weirdness, and I just looked at her and I said, I don't know if we're supposed to chat because he hadn't explained to me what protocol I'm supposed to do if the person doesn't leave the building immediately.
She goes directly to you.
She said, why don't you just come outside and take a break with me? I take a chance.
She gets her gun.
No, she comes out and she talks to me and she says, look, I really love my boyfriend.
What?
And she said, I have a little girl and I love my boyfriend and I'm not intending to make you feel bad at all. And she started to cry. She said, I'm sorry, I really didn't mean those things. I was actually joking. I thought that you weren't taking offense to it because you didn't say anything. You didn't say stop. You didn't say I'm offended by that.
What are you doing? Are you crying yet?
No, I'm not crying.
Okay, good.
I'm just sitting there listening. Well, some part of me really thought, yeah, she's being honest about the majority of it being joking around, but deep down I'm thinking she really did think she could turn me straight.
Okay.
But the thing is, she also earnestly apologized to me.
Okay.
And promised that she would not do that ever again.
Okay.
And she said, I still gotta go home though. I think I might be fired. And she left. I went back into the office and he said, what the hell just happened? And I said, well, I just went to talk to her. A few days go by, investigation goes on. They're asking other people around, what's going on, who said this, who said what. And finally I explained to him the reason that I didn't say anything was because I thought they wouldn't do anything because she was a woman. And he said, what the fuck are you thinking, you idiot? And, well, I'd never been in a situation like this before.
Yeah.
And I said, he was asking me, like, were there any other reasons why? And he was looking at me like, please tell me the office rumor, because I haven't heard this a million times. That was the look he gave to me.
Or was it more a look like,
no, it was
Christian,
exactly,
but I'm not out and gay. Please help me.
No,
Take my hand, stranger in paradise.
No, it was exactly that. It was exactly that. He said, so someone told you she's sleeping with the district manager, huh? And I said, yeah, several people told me that. And he goes, no, she's not.
Oh, no. You're turning into the bad guy of the story. Don't do this.
No, she still did wrong.
Okay, good.
She still did wrong. Okay, so what he said was, if this investigation continues, she will be fired. And because the other person called DSS on her, she was actually the one that called DSS on the other person.
Oh my God.
So the person that was accusing her of calling on her had actually called on her.
Is this high school? What is that?
Yeah, it's
These are
fucking
adult people.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm actually the adult in this one. Who doesn't know what the fuck to do? So he says if she loses her job, the investigation will grow more tightly. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know what happened that would have DSS in her house. So because of the investigation, if she gets fired, the investigation will get worse into her house. And he was telling me this. He's like, is there any way that you would be willing to let this go? And I said yes.
Okay.
Because she sincerely apologized. And after that, she didn't do anything anymore.
Oh, good.
So, but we had a little, powwow with the other district manager, and the manager and her, and I said, yeah, I'm about to let this go. It's just I explained to her directly the reason I found what you said was so offensive, and then I shorthanded everything that had happened between me and my ex, and how she thought this, and I thought X, and all this, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that, oh my God,
then she put her tits on my head.
and then she ripped off her shirt and put her boobs all over my head. No. Anyway.
The end?
So, yeah, after that, she left 3 months later, actually.
Why? What happened?
She got a better job.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, the end.
Okay, that's it. Did Atticus win telling his smarmy, sleazy story of sexual harassment that ended well? It was kind of like a Hallmark movie where it was all just a misunderstanding. I don't know. I won't know until I edit it. What do you think, Addie? Do you think you won?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Maybe.
I would like to thank everyone who tuned in. Big news again. Last week we went on to iTunes, and so far no one has left a single review. We kind of need those reviews to help push us up into the iTunes thing, so please go to iTunes, find us under Lemme Finish in the podcast section, or just type in Lemme Finish into the search bar and you'll find us. You can go there, you can subscribe, you can rate us, and you can review us. It would help us out immensely if you did that. The other big news is that we are now with Stitcher, and you can download the Stitcher app onto your iPhone or SmartPad or whatever little Googa you got that has lights and it blinks and plays podcasts for you. You can go to Stitcher and download that app, and you can find us there on Stitcher as well. And as always, you can find us on SoundCloud under Lemme Finish. Thanks once again for tuning in, everybody. Thank you, Addie, for being so honest and brave about your molestation experience.
It hurts.
All right, thanks, everybody. Until next time. And now you say something.
Wait, what?
Say something.
Oh, okay. You should leave this in.
I'm not leaving it in.
Until next time.
I just said that.
I don't know. I'm so terrible at improv.
All you have to do is say goodbye, and you're like at a loss. No wonder the molestation went on for as long as it did.
Good penis, everybody.
I am not ending the show on good penis, everybody.
Good vagina. Happy molesting.
There, you did it. That's it. All right, then that's done.